Coming up this week on the Center of It All, we take a look at some local artists making all their own pieces, from blown glass to custom jewelry. We show you how it's all done. Mel gets us ready for fall and tailgate season with some simple steak sliders, and our app of the show this week could come in handy with your season travel plans. Don't go anywhere, it's all right here on the Center of It All. Good morning, thanks for joining me on the Center of It All. I hope you are all enjoying this brisk October air. With the drop in temperatures, that means that holidays are fast approaching. We take a trip to one studio who is preparing for the upcoming holiday season with a blast of heat. Add some heat, a few twists, and a half hour later, you get this, a beautifully crafted piece of hand-blown glass. But it all starts with
clear glass tubes about 1 inch in diameter and 4 feet or so long. And then I section that tube down into what I think of as a blank. So it looks like that. That's kind of the first step of an ornament.
His ornaments vary in design and color, but he doesn't sit and draw out his designs. He has a different approach.
I never kind of sat and drew a design on paper and then went about making it. I just sat at the torch and started doodling with the glass and let it go from there.
Burns tries to push himself and his abilities by constantly coming up with new designs.
I started making ornaments, but I for a long time I tried never to make the same ornament twice. Every one was a stretch and I made it up as I went along. And that only goes so far, but through that exercise over a period of time, kind of a family of designs that seemed to work best sort of surfaced.
And from those designs, he adds a little color. But the color you see isn't done with paint.
Buy it in rods of various colors. They come thicker than I want to use them, so I'll draw them out in the flame to a finer point. And then in the flame, I'll kind of it's almost like painting it onto the clear tube in the flame. I melt them together.
But those twists, spirals, and designs you see, they weren't put on twisted that way.
All the twisties and spirals that you see in my ornaments, all that color went on straight originally, and then I remelted and twisted after the fact.
Even though the total time for making one glass ornament is around a half hour, it takes a lot of time and creativity. But glass blowing wasn't always something Burns was interested in. It's a kind of art that he just stumbled upon.
It's not something that I kind of always wanted to do. I guess I felt like I wanted to do something different, something creative, and I didn't know what it was. And I was just fortunate enough that an opportunity in glassblowing came up, and it just intrigued me, and I was just lucky, right place, right time, I guess you'd say.
And when tragedy struck the United States, he used his craftsmanship as a way to help.
9/11 happened. Everybody, I guess, felt compelled to do some little thing, some kind of gesture or whatever, and this is what I do, so this was my outlet. So I made a patriotic type design motif. That special case, she did some painting of some stars and some gold highlights, and it was a pretty elaborate effort. But I made two. Here in our community, we lost a member, Jonas Panic. He's from our area. We lost him at the Pentagon that day, and so we made two of these, and we sent one to the White House, and we sent one to Jonas Panic's mom. Having sent one to the White House, I've never done anything like that before. I don't know how this works or what, and basically nothing happened. It was about 2 years later, and an envelope showed up in the mailbox from the White House, and it isn't a thank you to me. It's a very broad-based, generic thank you for the gift, but it's kind of neat to have it.
And he has that thank you hanging proudly on the wall of his workshop. Now, there are two types of glasswork done. The first is furnace glass blowing. The second is the type Burns focuses on, flame glass blowing. And you can't just grab any type of glass around your house and throw it under a flame. It takes a specific type to handle the heat.
The drinking glasses in your kitchen cupboard are not the same type of glass as this. In fact, if I treated any of that glass the same way I work with this, it would shatter. This is borosilicate glass. and it's designed to be resistant to temperature extremes so that it can be worked with in this way.
Handle extreme temperatures so that it can be blown, twisted, and shaped into the beautiful spiraled, colorful ornaments ready to hang on your Christmas tree. And though glass blowing is portable and can be easily transported, Burns stresses that it isn't something to just be played with. It must be used with caution and responsibility.
Because it can be done on such a small scale, and it's even quite portable, I travel around and do demonstrations and things. But for both of those reasons, I always worry that people will tend to get kind of casual about it. And while it doesn't take a lot of space and it is portable, it's fraught with hazards. So however you set up wherever you are, you really need to make sure you have the necessary information and know you're doing it right in terms of ventilation and things like that, because it is fraught with hazards.
But with all that in mind, according to Burns, glass blowing is a fun and unique skill to do and practice. And for any of you thinking about going into the business, he offers a few words of advice.
Probably one of the hardest things to get used to is how hard do you blow? That's kind of the first real mystery you have to resolve for yourself is how hot is it and how hard do you blow? It can expand out the way you want it to, or it can just get way too big and pop and all sorts of things can go wrong.
But once you have that down, you can start making incredible glass pieces. Things like beautifully spiraled ornaments or a popular snowman figure for the upcoming holiday season. He really stressed to be safe and to always have a good ventilation system when glass blowing. When we come back, we show you one lady who puts a little nature into her jewelry making. Welcome back. Unique handmade silver jewelry is easy to find. But what about copper and bronze? One lady in Bellefonte may have just what you need.
I think I have a broad variety. I don't stay with one style. And if I see something and I like it, I try it and then I make it my own, put my little twist on it. And I'm always willing to take people's ideas and listen to what they want because everyone has a different taste.
And she tries to fulfill those different tastes with as much variety as she can. From pendants to beadwork, she does it all. The beading started in 2011, the jewelry making shortly after that. She self-taught herself by watching YouTube videos and putting her own unique spin on things. And the inspiration behind the finished product?
I use a lot of nature as inspirations. Like I'll use, make a mold out of a leaf, a rose leaf or a fern, or any kind of unique leaf that I would find would be a big thing for me. I can even use seeds or pods or anything to do with nature, but really anything you can make a mold out of, you can use.
She uses precious metal clay, which is clay that has fine metal shavings in it to make and mold her pieces. It comes in a small 50-gram packet, and with one packet, she normally gets about 3 rings out of it.
There's a lot of people that are not making rings, so handmade rings are really hard to get, so I'm trying to do more rings.
She says using the clay gives her a wider range of variety when it comes to what she can make, because she can mold the clay around almost anything, which adds to her unique style and variety.
I like the boho, I like the chic, I like the more classic style, I like simple, but everyone else has different tastes as well. I just like to draw when I'm outside. I see things that I like outside. I'll do a lot of sketching and things like that. And then when I'm doing sketching, I weave in flowers and maybe insects and things like that, and from there I can draw the inspiration.
And that inspiration can be seen in 3 different metal types: silver, bronze, and copper.
Bronze and copper are much less expensive than the silver, so I actually have a higher demand in some ways for bronze and copper because a lot of people don't do it.
And why not? Because silver is the quickest to work with. Kiln fire time is around 2 hours. Working with copper and bronze, it becomes an 8-hour-long process. But the hardest thing to learn?
The hardest part of this job was learning the kiln. That was very hard.
But once you get that part down, you have a wide range of things you can work with, which creates a wider variety of jewelry.
My husband and I travel. I'll pick up different things when I travel, no matter where I am. I went out west this summer and we stopped everywhere we could, and I'd pick up cabochons, and just different beads and seeds so I could work with them. The nice thing about things that are in nature is nothing's perfect. It's always different. And if you look at a leaf, a rose leaf, one way, you look at another rose leaf, it's going to be completely different. And it makes each piece unique in that way too.
Unique pieces that for DeCastro hold sentimental value to someone very special to her.
Anna Grace Design, it's my mother's name. My mother passed away the year I decided to start doing this. So that was part of my inspiration is I wanted to do something that my mom would be proud of and that reminded me of her.
Patience is one thing that both DeCastro and Barnes stressed when it comes to jewelry making or glass blowing. When we come back, we get a little taste of fall with some tailgate food. Welcome back to the center of it all. Now, when most people think of tailgating, they think of anything grilled or fried. Mel shares a different recipe that will bring the same satisfaction.
There's more than one way to perfectly cook a steak, and today I'm taking a page out of two ancient Asian playbooks, Chinese hot pot and Japanese shabu shabu. Join me right here at the kitchen counter today while I show you how to make my Asian hot pot style sliders with honey sesame broccoli slaw. Over the years, you've no doubt got a glimpse of this unique piece of equipment on camera. It's a Chinese hot pot. It's real similar to a Japanese shabu shabu pot too. In the case of both of these meals, a hot pot of simmering broth is brought to the table along with a few plates of thinly sliced raw meats and vegetables. Everybody picks up their food and cooks their own dinner. In Japanese, shabu shabu actually means swish swish. If you don't have a fancy hot pot, worry not. I'm going to show you how to cook hot pot style in my electric skillet today. In case you haven't tried it, broccoli slaw is a great time-saving ingredient. It contains 3 high-quality ingredients too: broccoli, carrots, and red cabbage. It's really crunchy, really good. All this slaw mix needs is an Asian dressing, and my favorite is honey sesame dressing. I've got 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1/4 cup of rice vinegar, 2 tablespoons of honey, a tablespoon of seasoning soy sauce, and a tablespoon of sesame oil. I'm going to shake this all together, and I'm going to pour all of it over the top of this slaw. This makes exactly the right amount for 12 ounces, 1 bag of slaw mix. I'm just going to toss this all together. It smells fantastic. I'm just going to cover this with plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator to marinate, and we're going to get started on our steak. Since I'm making steak sliders today, I'm making a beef broth based stock. But if you wanted to switch from beef to chicken, just substitute chicken broth instead of the beef broth. And I'm going to start with 1 cup of store-bought beef broth. And I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of soy sauce and 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/2 cup of brown sugar for some nice sweetness, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. I'm just going to stir this all together so that the sugar and the spices all dissolve. And I'm going to set this to the side, and we're going to slice our meat. I've got a 2-pound flank steak, and what I've done is I've sliced it in half lengthwise. And now, in order to get nice little bite-sized pieces, holding my knife at a 30-degree angle, you don't want to slice up and down. You want to slice the beef into 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch slices. This is really easy to do, so don't overthink it. just take your time and slice away. Slicing this meat across the grain like this makes it really, really tender. Beef's all sliced, now it's time to start cooking. It's time to actually cook our flank steak for our sliders. And I'm going to start by adding all of the seasoned broth to my electric skillet. And I'm also going to add about a tablespoon of a chopped fresh cayenne chili pepper for heat. You can skip that if you're chicken, but I don't suspect that you should do that. I don't suggest you should do that. Now I'm going to turn the heat on this up to about 250 degrees, and I'm going to bring this to a really rapid simmer. Our broth is simmering, and again, it just smells fantastic. I'm adding about a pound of thinly sliced sweet onion. I'm using a Vidalia here today. And now I'm just going to give this a swish. And I'm going to cook the onions just until they're softened, and that's going to take about a minute. Increase the heat to keep it simmering. My onions have been in, I'm going to say about 50-60 seconds. They're nice and soft. And now I'm just going to start adding my beef to this liquid, to our seasoned broth. And I'm going to let this beef cook, and I'm going to keep stirring it pretty constantly for about 2 to 2.5 minutes. That's all it's going to take. And you don't want to overcook your flank steak because it will get tough. My meat's actually been in for about 3 minutes today. It's just at the point where it's lost almost all of its color, like just slightly pink. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'm, with the aid of my Asian spider, this device is called an Asian spider, and my slotted spoon, I'm going to remove all of the meat and the onions here. I'm going to grab my slider rolls, go into the refrigerator, get our slaw, and we're going to eat. In case you haven't noticed, the leaves are falling here in Happy Valley, and it's time to start thinking about entertaining indoors. These sliders are perfect for a tailgate around the TV or a TGIF cocktail party too. And they're also a great excuse to put down that takeout menu and cook a great meal for your family. For these and all of my recipes, just go to my website.
Just that little bit of pepper was the perfect amount for the extra kick. When we come back, we show you an app that is making travel fun again and introduce you to a new beagle for our pet of the show. Welcome back. Now, taking vacation is fun, but trying to book a flight is a whole different story. We take a look at one app who is putting the excitement back into traveling. The hardest part of traveling, whether it be for pleasure or for business, is finding the right flight at an affordable price. And going to every website and comparing flight prices takes a lot of time, and by the end, you get exhausted and aren't even excited about your trip anymore. So there's Hopper, the app that looks and compares billions of flights and prices daily, and even predicts when flight prices will vary. It even tells you whether you should wait to book or book it right away to get you the best deals. Even though it is packed with information, it's easy to navigate and find what you're looking for. You simply start by putting in your 2 destinations. Hopper then asks for your travel dates, and it fills the calendar with 4 different colors, each assigned with a price range, green being the lowest and red being the highest, so you can see what travel days will save you more money compared to others. Once selected, Hopper goes through and compares prices, giving you the best deal at the top. And right under that, it even offers you advice about whether you should book it now to get the best offer or wait for the price to go down to save money. And if you aren't ready to book quite yet, you can choose to watch the trip. This means that you will get immediate notifications sent right to your phone the moment prices drop or before they are about to rise. It even has a price prediction, which gives you specific dates and tells you not only whether the price is expected to rise or fall, but by how much as well. There's also a tip section. Now this area gives you alternative airport options for cheaper flights and offers suggestions for better travel dates, and tells you how much money you could save if you switch. And all the flights you are searching and flights you have booked are all put into one category so you can easily access them. The app also notifies you of deals and exclusive sales that are available from your own home airport, and you can safely store your passenger and payment info on the app so that the second you get the price change notification, you can book your flight in 60 seconds or less. My favorite feature definitely has to be getting a notification before prices are about to rise. Now, if you don't do a lot of traveling and spend some time at home, now is the perfect time to think about fostering or adopting a beagle. This week, we meet Cabela, who is looking for his loving new family.
I'm here with Cabela from the Nittany Beagle Rescue. He's a 7-year-old tricolor male. He's good with people, he's good with dogs, he's an active little guy, he loves his walks. He's only about 25 pounds. But he has a lot of energy. He's not great with small children, so we're trying not to adopt him to anyone with kids less than probably 10 years old or so. But he's good with everyone else. He's a cuddler. He'll sleep in bed with you if you let him, but he's also okay with sleeping in a doggy bed. He's pretty good in the car. He likes to stick his head out the window, as most dogs do. And he likes to sniff a lot, just like a regular old beagle. He's responsive to treats, so if you need to train him more than he is, then you should be able to. And he's also responsive to affection, so that's always a good way to train them as well. He also likes to play with toys. He likes tug-of-war, likes playing with a tennis ball.
That wraps up this week's Center of It All. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.